I got 3 new stickers for my virtual wall today. Some international ones. This one is from Ed Parker at Wolf Ridge Woodworking from the US. Thank you, Ed. I appreciate you sending that in. Second one is all the way from Wales. This is from Huw Davies of Wouldn't It Be Nice. Thank you, Huw. I'm very pleased to put these up on the wall. They'll be rotating with the others up there next time I do a video. And the third one I got is a virtual sticker from Rav at Second Life of Woodturning in Poland. It still amazes me how far away people are that we can watch each other's videos. Growing up in the 50s, this was not something I would have thought of other than science fiction. So it's a real pleasure for me, and I will have links down below the video in the description box so you can check out each of these. I hope you will. They're all fine turners, some progressing a little further than others, but all of them putting out some fine videos. Check them out, give them a little love. And now, let's get on with today's video. I have a piece of mystery wood here. I really don't know what this is. But anyway, I'm going to see if I can't turn something out of it. Now it's got a really severe crack running right across here and down the length. And I'm not sure if this will show up, but moving with a screwdriver, it moves a lot. It really wants to break off of there. So, maybe a waste of CA glue, but I think I'm going to pour some thick CA glue in there if I can, and maybe preserve this. I've already marked centers on both ends. Then I'm going to put it on and see what I can come up with. Maybe a little bit of a hollow form or something. Anyway, I hope you'll stick around and see what comes out of this one. The CA glue I put in there really sank right out of sight, but when I put the screwdriver in here, it no longer tends to open up. So that might have solved the problem, and it may still blow up. But I'm going to be turning this at 1000 RPM using my 1¼ inch spindle roughing gouge. I'm going to use my parting tool to just try to true up this end and put a tenon on it so I can reverse it into a chuck. Well, as you can see from the end view, this is a very coarse wood, a little bit punky, and the parting tool is making a real mess of it. So I think I'll switch to my spindle gouge and see if I can do a better job. Because it's so coarse, I'm also going to raise the speed to 2000 RPM. I'm going to really see if I can make this blow up. Okay, that's much better. Now I'll see how that fits in my chuck. I'm happy with how that turned out. And if you are wondering how to do that with a spindle gouge, or how to do anything with almost any tool, I have to give a shout out to Mike Waldt. He has a new series he calls Guide to Beginners or Beginner's Guide Revisited. and he's covering, it seems, all the different tools. I highly recommend you take a look at it, and I'm going to put a link down below in the description box to the one on using the spindle gouge, because I believe, if I remember correctly, he covered exactly what I just did. And Mike is a much better turner than I will ever be, and certainly a better teacher. So check that out. Alright, got it reversed into the jaws, got my live center up here in the tailstock for a little support. Start to shape this a bit. Can you tell I have no idea what I'm aiming for here? I have no predetermined shape in mind. This is just what's coming up as I'm turning. Trying to decide what to do with this crack, if I should fill it or just leave it. I think I'm going to fill that with some of that black CA glue on some sawdust. See what that will do. I'll be back after I do that. Well, I don't think that glue turned out too badly in there. Looks pretty good. I think it'll look better once it's finished. I've sanded this to 240 grit. And now I'm going to start the hollowing that I want to do by using a 1-inch Forstner bit, turning at 250 RPM. Alright, that should give me a good start. I'm going to try something here. The hole is 1 3/16 of an inch. My finger at this point is about 3/4 of an inch, I believe. So I wrapped some double stick tape around my finger. Now I'm putting some 100 grit sandpaper around that. And I think that allows me plenty of room in there. I'm going to turn this down to 250 RPM. I don't need it getting caught at 1000 RPM. Just see what this does. This is not something I'm recommending you run out and try. But I think it's working very well. Let's just see what kind of sawdust, sanding dust I got. That's working fairly well. I'm happy with that. Of course, there's no way I can get to the bottom of this. My finger's not that long, but it does give me a chance to get at least the opening. I'm going to be turning this in reverse, simply because I can see better from out here what I'm doing. I can really hear the difference in the cutting out here where it's thin and then down there where it's thicker. There was not a lot of point in having you watch me turn the inside or sand it when I couldn't see inside there anyway. So I finished it, and now I'm going to come back to work on the outside. I have a spindle mounted in my Jacob's chuck, going just a little bit inside here, maybe an inch, just in case this should come apart. I'm hoping it would come up along the spindle and not fly apart. But I'm going to be turning at 2000 RPM. It's pretty thin there, so it's likely it would disintegrate anyway. Anyway, as I said, 2000 RPM. I'm going to start with my bowl gouge, remove some of this so that when I come around here, it's not going to be hitting this part. I want to make a flat spot underneath there for this to sit on. I believe I want to take this down a little smaller so I can sand in further. I want to make that as small as I can. I think for a change, just for the heck of it, I'm going to take some of this beeswax. Just rub it on here at high speed. Let the friction melt it on there. See what it does. As you might recall, the lip on the top of this is very, very thin. I brought my live center up in the tailstock with the cone just to hold it there while I attempt to do a decent job of turning this away. Now, watching Phil Anderson and Gary Ascher, they make this look real easy. They just get in here with one hand holding the chisel, and when it starts to break away, they use the other hand to hit the power switch and turn it off. Well, I'm no Phil Anderson or Gary Ascher, but I'll see what I can do here. There it is. This is still spinning, and that's not, so I guess they're disconnected. That beeswax that I put on there filled the shop with a really nice aroma. I really like that. And maybe it was fitting. This kind of reminds me of honey jars used to get many years ago. I don't know if they're still available or not. But anyway, I'm pleased with this. I think it turned out all right. It's nice and light. I wish I could take photographs decently of the interior. I managed to sand it to 240 grit pretty much the entire way down. And I think it looks pretty good. For the interior, I'm just going to pour in some mineral oil, roll it around to make sure everything's coated, pour out the excess, and that'll be finished. So the whole thing will be food safe. Maybe I'll fill this with Smarties, who knows. Well, thank you for joining me today. I hope you got something out of this, enjoyed it, and I hope you'll click the like button if you did like it. Let me know I'm doing something right. Share it with your friends if you like. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I really appreciate the support. And now between now and next time when I hope you'll come back, have a great day in your shop and be safe. Take care now. Bye-bye.